Alright, yo, what's going on, guys? It's your boy BB27 here, and welcome to another SML review. This one's for Goodman Goes to Jail. So, this just came out today, and just got done watching it not too long ago. It wasn't a bad episode, I guess, but it was a little bit of a weird episode. It definitely sounded more interesting and looked more interesting than it actually ended up being. But basically, yeah, the plot recap of it is, it's like a Marvin, Jeffy Rose sitting on the couch. It's like some dumb magic trick, whatever, joke in the beginning. And then Goodman comes over to the house and they find out that he's going to jail for like tax invasion, which I think it's like an interesting concept of like Goodman, getting arrested for something, right? Like, I think that's cool. Basically, he gives Marvin a bunch of money to bail him out. And they have like a Judge Poobie scene, which the Judge Poobie scene's fine, whatever, it's kind of forgettable. They get thrown into jail, and then the rest of the video, for the most part, takes place in the jail cell. It's basically just Goodman and Shives, and I'm just gonna say it right now, Shives, like, his butler, it's literally just torture for him. For the whole video, they just torture him, and it goes on for so long. Like, okay, some of it's kind of funny, like the fish fillet sandwich joke, like, okay, I guess that's funny, but it's mostly really uncomfortable. Anyways, it's mostly really uncomfortable. Like, I mean, there's this whole part where he's like having to spit on his ass, and Goodman's pooping, and they don't have toilet paper, so he's like begging him to like clean him. It's just gross and weird. Like, I mean, usually I can laugh at like jokes like that with Shrek or some characters when it's like makes sense, but I feel like they're just shoving it in there. And then it keeps going on to one thing to another with Goodman bitching and being an ass to his butler. And then eventually Bubbles comes over to the cell, and they're like, oh, well, hey, we gotta put Bubbles on your cell now. And if you don't know Bubbles, I mean, he's a very, interesting character, to say the least. He's a very weird character. That's kind of the whole gimmick, he's like the prison dude that, does stuff. And basically he gives, the Goodman's butler soap, and then he drops it, and then he has to, like, go pick it up, and then what you think's gonna happen literally happens, and then Goodman just leaves, I guess, because the time was served, and then he goes back home, or he goes to Marvin's house, and he's like, oh, well, why didn't you bail me out? And then Marvin is basically telling him, oh, well, I was gonna spend the cash, and then Goodman leaves, and that's it. Like, I don't know, it's just not a very good video. I want to say it's better than the last few videos in August, because if you guys don't know, the last few videos in August were really bad, really annoying, just awful. He's been on a terrible streak recently. This one, I will say, was a little bit better. Like, there is some better jokes in here, and the concept, at the very least, is interesting, but I don't think it was done very well, and I don't think this video is that great. I think overall, for a score, I'm going to go 5 out of 10 on this episode. Just could have been a lot better. They didn't do a lot with Goodman being in jail besides him complaining, which, yeah, obviously he's going to complain, right? But then it just turns into the butler torture for, like, the rest of the video, and that's not very fun for me to watch. So, I don't know, 5 out of 10, mediocre at best. Sad, because it actually sounded pretty cool, too. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought about it, and peace out. Take care.